You're listening to the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network, home of the #1 sports talk show on the planet, The Doug Stewart Show.
This is a revolution in radio, the realest, trillest sports talk show in America, The Doug Stewart Show.
Broadcasting live Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon Eastern Time, exclusively on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network.
This is sports talk for the people.
Follow Stewart Media and Entertainment right now on Facebook to stay connected and locked in for upcoming events like the Couples and Cocktail Series, viewing parties, and much, much more. Up next, get ready to ride raw with the Doug Stewart Show.
This is sports talk with hot sauce, Texas Pete hot sauce, the Doug Stewart Show.
Exclusively on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network.
Yes! Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com, America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play, so you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STEW to play for free. That's STEW for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STEW, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STEW. This your boy Doug Stewart for my folks at System 5 Electronics. They're proud to offer my listeners here in the Metro Atlanta area all the way down to Macon, Georgia, the most affordable home security monitoring systems, featuring smart solutions for that busy lifestyle you lead for as low as $16.50 per month. Here's some of the reasons why you should choose System 5.
Hi, I'm Maceo Brown, President and CEO of System 5 Electronics. We take pride in making sure that security is the #1 thing that we do. And thanks to you, the customer that has supported us, we have grown this company in Southwest Atlanta, where we're creating jobs and opportunities.
Not only is their monitoring station here in Atlanta, but they also install the most advanced, up-to-date alarm systems where you can access cameras, lights, door locks, thermostats, and other devices remotely with your smartphone. 24/7 technical support, plus the lowest service call fees in the business. And check this, you own the security alarm system once it's installed. And you get direct access to the owner if you ever got a problem, Mr. Maceo Brown. Click on the banner on the Doug Stewart Show website or app for more details, or give them a call at 404-756-0736. Again, that's 404-756-0736, or online at System5ElectronicsInc.com. That's System5ElectronicsInc.com.
You will not be able to lose yourself on Skag and skip out for beer during commercials because the revolution will not be televised.
Do you want that real sports talk? Unfiltered, unsanitized? Well, you have found it. This is a revolution in radio. The realest, trillest sports talk show in America. The Doug Stewart Show. This is sports talk for the people. Yeah! What's happening? What's happening? Your boy is back, man. Your boy is back. Yes! Bring it back! Ow! I feel good. Saw my boy off. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to the Doug Stewart Show. Thank you so much for joining me. This is a Football Friday, shorty. Yeah. Yes. Woo. I feel reborn, Stallion. I feel reborn. Yes, sir. Hey, I feel so good. I feel so good, man. I'm going to bring it back one more time. Yes. Yes. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. Ow. Yes, sir. Thank you for joining your boy on the Doug Stewart Show. This is a Football Friday, a Free Fall Friday. And, man, today we need to have like a bonus hour, all right? So we don't officially have the third hour yet. We're still working on that. But today, man, I feel so good. I might give y'all a bonus hour, a bonus hour, a bonus hour, a bonus hour. Probably not, though. Oh, man. May 1st, 2015. This is the Doug Stewart Show. So much stuff to get into. Obviously, we're going to talk about everything that happened last night with the NFL draft. We're going to talk about all the little happenings in basketball and the NBA playoffs. We're going to take your phone calls. We're going to have guests. We're going to do it all, man. Thank you for being patient, I guess, and understanding. We didn't do the show yesterday live. We actually played a taped edition of the Doug Stewart Show, the best of the Doug Stewart Show, and we didn't air it until 4 o'clock. So that's the first time we've ever done that. And it happens a lot, you know, a lot of times in radio and sports radio in particular, you know, you will cut away to a live game or a live telecast or something like that. So sometimes, you know, the show doesn't air that day. So this is the first time that we actually did this on yesterday. And for people that listen to the show, they know the reason why. I actually attended a funeral for my line brother, Mr. William Tico Dixon. Went on to glory last week Friday, and we put him in the ground yesterday, man. And me and my line brothers, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, man, we sent him off in style, man. We did. Man, we sent that ninja off in style. Yes, sir. His family, very, very beloved dude, man. He was actually the tail for people that know about black Greek fraternities and sororities. He was the tail of my line. We had 32 on my line. He was the tail. And so yesterday, we had 25 out of the remaining 31 LBs show up. And, man, there was songs sung. We did some chants. We almost set out a hop. We didn't go that far. But a great guy, man, and we're going to miss him a whole lot, man. Rest in peace to Tico, William Tico Dixon. So, but we back today, man. And the thing about a funeral, obviously, it's a very solemn event, and it was, you know, very sad and tearful. I mean, everybody shed a lot of tears. But then the other side of a funeral is it's a celebration. It's a celebration, man. And then we saw a lot of people. Obviously, I talked about how all my line brothers came back, and it's good to see people you haven't seen in a while. And it's a celebration, and it's like a reunion type of thing, and you catch up, and you kind of harken back to some great times that you've had in your life with friends and family, man. So it was awesome to see all of my friends and my line brothers and fraternity brothers that came down yesterday to Chesterfield, South Carolina, and sent my boy Tico away. So it was an incredible day. But I'm back, and obviously a lot going on in the world of sports, so we're going to hit it all today, man. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for your prayers and your condolences. Yeah. So you know what it is, man. This is the weekend we've been talking about for months, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. I mean, this is a tremendous weekend. First, you got the fight, obviously, and we're going to talk about that, and we are hosting a fight tomorrow night, the Doug Stewart Show, at the Tavern Restaurant in the Swats. If you want to get your tickets, reserve a table, you can get your tickets right now at 678-904-7041. $20 gets you in the door. You can't beat that. It's easy math. $100 or $20. $20 gets you in the door, and then you can pay more money to have a seat, to get a table or whatever. So the number is 678-904-7041. We are going to be out there thick. I'm projecting it's going to sell out. I mean, it might already be sold out. Give them a call. I would think it's going to be sold out for that price and the great atmosphere. A ton of TVs, fans of boxing, fans of the Doug Stewart Show. Me, Tree are going to be out there. Some more members of my staff. It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. All right. So we got that going on. We got the Kentucky Derby going on. The NFL draft kicked off last night, which continues today and tomorrow. We got the BPA nominees that we're going to give out here in a second, and we're going to give the BPA award out a little bit later, the Boiled Peanuts Award. We're also going to talk to Jose Santiago from FightNews.com to get his thoughts on Pacquiao, Mayweather. So just a ton of stuff that we got to get to in the next hour and 45 minutes. Just a ton of stuff. Shouts out to everybody already in the chat room, man. Shouts out to Mocha Bella, Jungle Brother, That Ninja, Rail Scott, Texas Ty, Big Smooth, Vince. Shouts out to y'all, man. Thank you for being totally interactive and supporting and telling people about the Doug Stewart Show. Thank you. So NBA draft, or in the NBA playoffs, NFL draft, some very interesting news and notes as concerning the Atlanta Falcons and the player they took, and another guy, Todd Gurley. We'll get into all of that conversation. Mike Tyson goes off with Floyd Mayweather Jr. I'm going to give you a little bit later in today's show, well, a lot later, I'm going to actually tell you who I like in this fight. You probably know who I like in the fight, but I'm going to talk to you a little bit more in depth about my prediction on who wins this fight, why, how it happens, the round, and I need you to mark it down. I need you to mark it down. It was funny. I was reading on the Doug Stewart Show group page on Facebook, and if you don't follow the Doug Stewart Show group page on Facebook, you need to. It's the Doug Stewart Show, and someone was commenting on all of the excuses that Floyd Mayweather has made over the last couple of years. And this one person made a comment that I thought was so brilliant. And I think the guy's name was Brian Sims. Shouts out to you, Brian Sims, if you're listening. And clearly Brian wasn't buying into all of this rhetoric about Floyd Mayweather Jr. Dodging and being scared of Manny Pacquiao. And my man Brian says, some people don't believe fat meat is greasy. Y'all gonna learn tomorrow night. Y'all gonna learn tomorrow night that fat meat is greasy. Yes, fat meat is very greasy. And y'all gonna see tomorrow night. All of this stuff, all of this, once again, rhetoric that people have been throwing around, talking about Floyd scared of Manny, this, that, and the other. I'm gonna break this thing down for you a little bit later, man. Y'all tripping. You know, and it's funny, you let your personal biases, and I'm talking about the Floyd Mayweather haters, and I hate using that term, but it fits so appropriately right here. We'll see. We will see. And we're going to talk about it a little bit later, man. Fat meat is greasy, man. As much as you don't want to believe it, it is. It is. Shouts out to you, Brian, man. That's a very profound statement. A very profound statement. Yeah. We're going to talk about it. Let me get your thoughts on the fight. What are your predictions? All right? In the chat room on Spreaker.com, tell me what you think about Mayweather Pacquiao. Tell me what you think's going to happen as far as the who wins, the round, knockout, TKO, whatnot. I mean, go on record, shouty. You need to go on record. So I don't want you coming around here on Monday talking about I said this and I said that. No, man, I need you to put it on record, Jack. Put it on record, all right? Go into Spreaker, on Spreaker.com, hit the little chat, little talk bubble, and jump in with all of the stewies. You know, all of the dogs and the poodles, and tell me what you think about Pacquiao Mayweather. Yes, sir. I cannot wait. I can't wait. All right, when we get back from the break, we're going to talk NFL draft, man. No real surprises, but a little bit of observation. That's what we'll do. That's what we do around here on the Doug Stewart Show. Don't go away. Keep it locked.
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt. Specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core Services offered debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your #1 advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975, and work it out.
The best of the Doug Stewart Show.
So I'm probably 6. So Jesse Bryant rolls by, and I remember it like it was yesterday. He rolls by in his truck, and for some reason, something in my mind says, pick up a rock and throw it at Jesse. And I hit his truck. And not only did I hit his truck, it was a damn good throw and aim because it hit his windshield. And it cracked his windshield. So he stops and jumps out of the truck. I don't think anybody saw me, but he jumps out and, Isaac, so your grandson hit my truck with a rock. They had a little conversation. I'm like, oh man, this is bad. And sure enough, my grandfather walks up and sees this nick on the windshield. And Jesse rolls away, and I know I'm in trouble. My daddy not around, my mother not around, and my grandfather reaches down, and this is God is my witness. Strike me down right here. My grandfather reaches down and pulls off a branch from a rose bush. Yes, just drags his arm and pulls off the leaves. Thorns are still applied to said switch. You get your ass whipped with a switch is bad enough, but a thorny switch? Oh my gosh. So he commences to busting my ass with a thorny switch. Yes. And you know I was marked up from head to toe. Now, that's probably child abuse. Not saying that what Adrian Peterson didn't do was child abuse either, but that was child abuse. That's a deadly weapon. And this is no lie. You're listening to The Doug Stewart Show. Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com. America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play. So, you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STU to play for free. That's STU for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STU, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STU. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. And this is a Football Friday. And I forgot to even add in, not only do we have all the great events going on in sports this weekend, but today the Avengers comes out. Yes! Starring Vision. So I think I'm going to go and see that matinee. I don't want to get caught up in all of that crowd and all that hustle and bustle a little bit later tonight. Everybody wants to see this movie. They promoted the hell out of this Avengers movie, man. I mean, they've been promoting this movie for seemingly years. And I'm a huge comic book guy, fan, seen all of the comic book movies. And I'm a fan of the Avengers, first of all. That's probably my favorite comic book group, superhero group. Used to read it when I was a kid. Still got a ton of them, of the magazines from the 70s and 80s still laying around in my storage. So I'm excited to go see that today as well. Plus, you got all the other stuff going on in the world of sports. The fight, the Kentucky Derby, the draft. We're going to talk to my man Jose Santiago from FightNews.com a little bit later. This segment is brought to you by System 5 Electronics. They're proud to offer my listeners in the Atlanta area the most affordable home security monitoring systems featuring smart solutions for your busy lifestyle for as little as $16.50 per month. They've been around for over 25 years. Fantastic company, man. Really high on customer service. If you have any issues at all, you can ask to speak to the owner. His name is Mr. Maciel Brown. Yes, sir. They've got all the latest and greatest gadgets. If you hit them up and let them know that the Doug Stewart Show sent you, you get a free driveway probe with the purchase of a smart solution system. What it is it's a wireless device that alerts you whenever a vehicle enters or exits your driveway. Whenever a car enters or exits your driveway while you're at home, you receive an audible alert through your keypad. You also get an alert on your phone or in your smart device or whatever it may be, your laptop. And you can even have it hooked up where a camera sends you images. So you can't beat it, man. So check them out online at System5, the number 5, electronicsinc.com. That's the number 5, all right? System5, electronicsinc.com. And make sure and tell them that the Doug Stewart Show sent you. Baller award to the Chicago Bulls as they whooped the asses of the Milwaukee Bucks last night, man. I mean, there's no other way to say it. 66-120, 120-66. The Bulls beat the Milwaukee Bucks in Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Just a dominating performance by them. Also last night, the Clippers, man, they're taking their series against the San Antonio Spurs to a Game 7 as they beat the Clippers, or they beat the Spurs, 102-96. Congratulations to them. Blake Griffin has 26 points, and so it's a Game 7. Chris Paul showed up in a real big way last night. Huge way. Speaking of which, speaking of busters and Boyle Peanuts Awards, nominations for your Boyle Peanuts Awards a little bit later today on the show. Those same Milwaukee Bucks at home getting destroyed by like 50 points. They're nominated for BPA. Kelly Olynyk, the forward for the Boston Celtics for injuring Kevin Love. John Bones Jones is nominated for BPA for just getting caught, and hit and run accident and running away and then coming back to the car, getting his money, but leaving, drug paraphernalia in said car and getting stripped of his UFC title and suspended. The Pelicans and the Raptors for getting swept. They're getting BPA nominees as well. Dante Fowler's suit last night. Dante Fowler, man, he got to get some type of buster. We're going to already give his ass a buster for that damn early 70s suit. You just got to Google if you haven't seen it. It looked like something your daddy wore at his senior prom. It was absolutely horrible, so he gets nominated for BPA. The Milwaukee Bucks, as I talked about a little bit earlier, for getting destroyed. And also, we were talking about this morning. We were compiling the list. Tree actually came up with the most of the list, but she conveniently left her name off. But Tree is nominated for BPA as well. Jump on the microphone for a second, Tree.
I didn't come up with the list. I presented you with what your minions.
So you think that I wasn't aware that you left your name off the little BPA list?
We don't have a lot of money over here, so I'm not trying to waste paper on some bullshiggity.
You're nominated, Tree. Now, I got to be honest with you. You were nominated twice. One time for thinking that Kris Jenner is setting up this whole transition thing with Bruce Jenner and wanting to be a woman. And then you got nominated for something else. You did something else that you got a double nominee. And that's never happened in the history of the Doug Stewart Show. You're a strong contender this week. You're a strong contender.
Why are y'all mad at Creflo?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You brought up Creflo Dollar again. I mean, that's just. You seen the pictures of Eddie Long? I think you posted it.
Yes. Ooh, it's.
Eddie Long is walking around with a rat on his damn head.
I don't feel right talking about men of God, but
whatever, man. I mean, you know what? I'm not even sweating that. I feel some type of way about that before. Remember we were talking about Creflo Dollar, and I was like, man, I feel some type of way about talking about a man of God. But Eddie Long, with you paying off some little boys that you was touching, I mean, I ain't got no respect for him. I'm sorry. I got no respect. And then he walk around with a damn raccoon on top of his damn head. I mean, come on, man. Have you seen these pictures, listeners? Stewies?
Douglas, what about the crowd of people that are sitting there?
Right. Unbelievable.
It? No one is forcing them to.
Unbelievable. Nobody's forcing them to. You're saying no one's forcing them to watch him? Yeah.
And so who are we?
Well, whatever.
He must be feeding them, no pun.
Right. you're going from a totally different angle. I'm very surface on this. The man's walking around with a darn muskrat on top of his head, which really talks a lot about him. And he's always wearing these tight ass shirts and vests or whatever, like a bootleg fight promoter. And then he, allegedly, but he paid off his victims to shut up, touched a bunch of little boys. So I don't care. You see?
As long as he got King Jesus.
And the people that are still in this congregation, I mean, if you're sitting in the congregation watching this dude, are you laughing to yourself? I mean, what are your thoughts about this man, this grown man up there with all the allegations in the past, once again, that he paid off? People would be quiet about it. And he's walking around with a damn muskrat on his head. I mean, that's not a good look. It's just not a good look. I'm sorry. That's bootleg as hell. So we nominated him, too. We nominated Eddie Long for a BPA as well. I just added his name to the list. Damn it, where's my pencil at?
What are you going to do, though?
Where's my pencil at? Where's my pencil at? Eddie Long nominated.
He is getting checks.
Eddie Long nominated for BPA.
Maybe you need to put one of those on your head.
BPA nominated for walking around with a gerbil, a big-ass gerbil, on the top of his head. Now.
Wasting paper. See how I expected that away from Tree getting a BPA?
Thank you, Tree. Thank you. All right, you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, the realest, treeless talk show in America. That was Tree, my producer to the show. Love her to death, man. I mean, without her, there probably wouldn't be no show. So thank you to her. But obviously last night, the NFL draft gets kicked off, and Jameis Winston does go first. Congratulations to this ninja. Congratulations to this guy. And I swear before God, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. So I didn't get back home till 11 o'clock last night. And it's me and 3 other of my LBs in the car coming back because there's a couple of us that live here in Atlanta. And so we're listening to the draft. We're watching the draft, actually, because we're watching on Watch ESPN, the little app. So it's coming in clear, and we're watching the draft. And Jameis Winston goes first. And then somebody in the car says, man, it'd be funny if this ninja took a picture with some Crablegs celebrating being drafted number 1 in the NFL draft. And he did it. He did it. F you. What a fat one. This man took a picture with some crab legs. And now you know what everybody's saying in America. It's kind of tacky. It is kind of tacky, I guess, in relative terms. But it's actually kind of funny. And it's Jameis Winston poking fun at himself, having a good time with the whole story, which really wasn't that big of a deal. Also, when you add on to the fact that he's saying now that somebody gave him the crab legs, that in effect it was a hookup. It was a homie hookup. And so he's stuffing it in the face of all of his haters. And I absolutely love it. I do. Good for you, Jameis Winston. Number 1 pick in the draft, which is crazy to me. Here's what I think. Here's a little conspiracy theory for you. And we've been talking about it for many, many weeks that if the Tampa Bay Buccaneers knew that they were going to take Jameis Winston, they might as well go ahead and give him the playbook. We hadn't heard that, but you know why? I think this deal was done weeks ago, and Jameis Winston has probably been given a playbook. But I think the NFL may have come through, and maybe somebody said this in the chat room. We had this discussion last night. I don't want to take credit away from somebody. I think maybe the NFL went to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because it had happened a couple of times before. I think it had happened with Andrew Luck and somebody else where they gave him the playbook earlier. They basically announced that they were going to make this person the number 1 pick in the draft. So I think the NFL may have came to Tampa and was like, listen, for the drama aspect of it, the guy is not showing up already. Go ahead, tell him, confirm with him, you're going to pick him. You can go ahead and give him the draft book, and we need you to just be quiet about this, to add to the suspense of the event for ratings, this, that, and the other. I think maybe that happened because if you thought that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers weren't going to take Jameis Winston, you're crazy. And all of this speculation and all of these people, Ron Jaworski trying to throw him under the bus. If you've seen the guy play football for the last 2 years, they had to take him number 1. I'm not saying he's going to be successful. He might even be a bust, but that's not the point. The point is they had to take this guy at number 1. Congratulations to Jameis Winston. They had to take him number 1. Tennessee Titans take Marcus Mariota number 2. I'm not sure about that. We'll talk about that a little bit more when we get back. We'll talk about Todd Gurley. We'll talk about what the Atlanta Falcons did. That's what we're going to do on the Doug Stewart Show. I'd take Marcus Mariota over Jameis Winston. No, man. You had to. The man lost one freaking game in 2 years. The man won the Heisman Trophy. The man is a prototypical quarterback. He can make all the throws. What the hell you mean we're not going to take Jameis Winston? Are you freaking crazy? You got to have a quarterback in the NFL. I'm happy for that youngin'. I'm happy he took a picture shoving it in the face with them damn crab legs last night. Crab legs for everybody, goddammit. Woo! Good for you. Good for you. All right, when we get back from the break, we're going to talk more NFL draft. Yeah, keep it moving. Don't go away, the Doug Stewart Show. First of all, thank you for listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, whether that's followers, we're blowing up, and you can be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on the Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. Email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, that's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com, and we will put you out there. All right? That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. Yes!
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt. Specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your #1 advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975, and work it out.
This your boy Doug Stewart for my folks at System 5 Electronics. They're proud to offer my listeners here in the Metro Atlanta area all the way down to Macon, Georgia, the most affordable home security monitoring systems, featuring smart solutions for that busy lifestyle you lead for as low as $16.50 per month. Here's some of the reasons why you should choose System 5.
Hi, I'm Maceo Brown, President and CEO of System 5 Electronics. We take pride in making sure that security is the #1 thing that we do. And thanks to you, the customer that has supported us, we have grown this company in Southwest Atlanta, where we're creating jobs and opportunities.
Not only is their monitoring station here in Atlanta, but they also install the most advanced, up-to-date alarm systems where you can access cameras, lights, door locks, thermostats, and other devices remotely with your smartphone. 24/7 technical support, plus the lowest service call fees in the business. And check this. You own the security alarm system once it's installed. And you get direct access to the owner if you ever got a problem, Mr. Maceo Brown. Click on the banner on the Doug Stewart Show website or app for more details, or give them a call at 404-756-0736. Again, that's 404-756-0736, or online at System5electronicsinc.com. That's System5electronicsinc.com. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Football Friday, Free Fall Friday, the NFL Draft. A little bit later, we're going to talk to Jose Santiago from FightNews.com and get some of his analysis on the fight. And I'll tell you who I like and how I like it to go down. This segment is brought to you by National Debt Relief. They're one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, specializing in debt settlement. They've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditors and collection accounts. So they know what they're doing, man. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, an alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. So give them a call before you file bankruptcy if you're having some little financial issues. Check them out at 844. Give them a call, 844-828-4975. Once again, that's 844-828-4975. And make sure and let them know that the Doug Stewart Show sent you. I've been there before. I understand how it works. And don't forget, it's going down tomorrow night at the Tavern Restaurant in the Swats. You can get your tickets right now. Reserve a table for $20. Once you get inside, you can pay $15 for a stool. You can pay $25 for a table, and I think it's $50 and $75 the bigger and more seats at the table that you buy. So bring your friends along, watch the fight. Instead of spending that $100, the difference that you're going to save, buy you drinks, buy you alcohol, buy you fries, seafood baskets. Have a good time. And come on through with the Doug Stewart Show. So the number is 678-904-7041. Quickly, birthdays today. The great Wes Welker is 34 years old. Wide receiver for the Denver Broncos, many years for the New England Patriots. He's 34 years old. Darius McCray, the dude that played Eddie Winslow, and also he's like the dude that's always chasing around Superhead. Y'all heard about that. Eddie Winslow. Darius McCray is 39 years old. What? Well, that's a lie. That ninja ain't no 39 years old. Wait a damn minute.
Why not?
You think he's 39? He look older than that to me. You know,
that's because he on that cocoa.
I'm in love with the cocoa. You think so?
I mean, he's often been in the news for getting in trouble, like arrested. So I think that just is wearing on his outer.
Yeah, okay. So Eddie Winslow from Family Matters is 39 today. I don't know about that. Okay, that's fine. And last birthday for the day, man. And if you got a birthday, just hit us up in the chat room on Spreaker.com or email me at Doug@thedugstewartshow.com. I'll give you a birthday shout out. But the last birthday for the day, man, is a very special one, man. The great Ray Parker Jr. is 61 years old. I'm in love with the other woman. My heart was fine until she blew my mind. And then also he had the Ghostbusters soundtrack. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! Child of Earth. Ray Parker Jr. is 61. Remember, he had one of the real cool Jerry curls back in the day. And I saw a recent picture of him, and it's going way back like car seats. It's at the back of his damn head. He's still holding on to that little back part of his hairline. And he should just let it go, Ninja. Just let it go. But happy birthday to all of those people today, man. Ray Parker Jr., 61 years old. So Jameis Winston goes number 1 to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Number 2, the Tennessee Titans. They select Marcus Mariota. Just not sure about this kid, man. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Just not sure about this kid because I don't know if the organization is going to be if they're going to be, what's the word I'm looking for? If they're going to be flexible to try to adapt their offense and what they like to do with his skill set and what he historically has done well in college. We're going to see, man, because I think obviously the kid obviously has a lot of talent and a lot of ability, but the problem with him is very limited in what they did in that program and that offense at Oregon. You know that he came up under the Chip Kelly system. That's why there was a lot of conversation about Chip Kelly trying to move up to get this guy. Ultimately, that didn't happen. So we'll see, man. We'll see what's going to happen with Marcus Mariota. I think that he's a much bigger risk than Jameis Winston. We'll see. He could turn out to be fantastic. I would just be very, very suspect of him. Another big kind of surprise last night in the NFL draft was Todd Gurley, the Georgia running back, being taken as high as he was, taken 10th overall by the St. Louis Rams. And it makes sense for a lot of reasons. And I'm happy for the young man because, he went through a lot this year, suspended for a couple of games for an autograph signing scandal, also tore his ACL, which, this is a different day and time than 20 years ago. If you tore your ACL in college, coming out of college, chances are it would hurt you a ton. And that's why I always argue that, athletes coming out of college should go and get their money first and foremost. But it's much different now. So I guess the doctors are saying that he's going to be fine. He's going to be ready to go. And even the Rams, they might think that he's such a dynamic talent that they can wait on him for a year or so. So he goes number 10 to the St. Louis Rams. Very interesting in two regards. One, Jeff Fisher's the head coach of St. Louis. They ran the hell out of Eddie George when he was at Tennessee for all those many, many years. And also, very comparable in Todd Gurley and Steven Jackson, who was the longtime running back for the St. Louis Rams. So now they got another bell cow running back that they can give the ball to 25, 30 times. Teams usually don't do that in the NFL these days. But they got that type of back. And I've said it before, man. Todd Gurley is clearly and easily, in my mind, the second best running back to play at the University of Georgia since Herschel Walker. And so, fantastic player. I mean, based on him getting drafted at 10th, he might have even went higher than that if not for the issues that he had in his senior year. So congratulations to Todd Gurley. Congratulations to him. Let me back up a second. Dante Fowler goes number 3 to the Jacksonville Jaguars. What's his name? I'm sorry. I can't remember the guy's first name right now. Amari Cooper's drafted next by the Oakland Raiders, which is very interesting because the Raiders are always a team that always historically has gone after speed. And so they take Amari Cooper, the wide receiver from Alabama, with their pick at number 4. I guess you got to give Derek Carr a weapon or some weapons. And Amari Cooper is very polished. Love that kid. If you watch him run his routes, really reminds me of I don't know, I'm trying to think of somebody that's just a professional route runner, just one of the best route runners ever. And he's got a lot of great speed as well. Reminds me a little bit of Julio Jones. Maybe not as big as Julio Jones, and it's interesting because Julio Jones went to Alabama too. But so big pick for the Raiders. Hopefully Derek Carr and Amari Cooper will be a tandem for many, many years to come. Who else was kind of interesting? Kevin White, the wide receiver from West Virginia, gets drafted by the Chicago Bears with the number 7 pick. And the Falcons, man, got to talk about the Falcons. The Falcons take Vic Beasley, the defensive end from Clemson, who I have been talking about for years. Vic Beasley is an absolute animal. Physical specimen. Looks like Tarzan, plays like Tarzan. Fantastic athlete. One of the quickest edge rushers that you see on any level. And clearly what this is a new head coach bringing in and reinforcing his system. And you know about Bruce Irvin that was drafted by the Seattle Seahawks a couple of years ago. Same type of player. They're going to have him playing that Leo position. What the Leo position is, it's kind of like a hybrid defensive end, outside linebacker in the 3-4 and the 4-3. So sometimes his hands will be on the ground. Sometimes he'll be up in a 2-point stance. So, I mean, a perfect fit. And a lot of the quote-unquote experts were saying that this pick was kind of high for Vic Beasley because he's a little bit smaller, kind of like a tweener. No. This is what Dan Quinn has prescribed. When he was the defensive coordinator for the Seattle Seahawks, they had great success. Obviously, I absolutely love the pick by the Atlanta Falcons taking Todd Gurley. I do. Yes, sir. Good for them. And taking Vic Beasley. I'm sorry. Yeah. You got to get after the quarterback, man. You got to get after the quarterback. Looks like they're going to implement more of an emphasis on defense here for the Falcons. I absolutely love it. So good for the Falcons. We're going to talk more about the draft. Round 2 coming up tonight. Some more names out there. Some relevant names that we can get into. But when I get back from the break, we're going to really jump into the chat. And I'm going to read a lot of your chat messages, man, on Spreaker.com and get your thoughts on the NFL draft and everything else in the world of sports. Yes. Kelly Olnick, the Puppet Factory for bringing back Britt McHenry. John Bones Jones, the Pelicans and Raptors for getting swept. Dante Fowler's suit. The Milwaukee Bucks for losing by 50. And Tree Taylor is nominated. She was nominated twice. Those are your BPA nominees. Yeah. So, all right, don't go anywhere. Up next, all of your chat messages from the Stewies. All right, don't go away. The Doug Stewart Show. System 5 Electronics is proud to offer my listeners in the Atlanta area the most affordable home security monitoring systems, featuring smart solutions for your busy lifestyle for as low as $16.50 per month. Here's just a few reasons to choose System 5. Not only is their monitoring station located here in Atlanta, but they also install the most advanced, up-to-date alarm systems where you can access cameras, lights, door locks, thermostats, and other devices remotely with your smartphone. 24/7 technical support, plus the lowest service call fees in the business. And check this, you own your security alarm system once it's installed. Not only have they been around for almost 25 years, but their customer service is excellent. And you get direct access to the owner, Mr. Maceo Brown, to resolve any issues with your alarm system. Click on the banner on the Doug Stewart Show website or app for more details, or give them a call at 404-756-0736. Again, that's 404-756-0736. And make sure and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you. Yes. This is your boy Doug Stewart, one half of the Two Live Stews. Check out my brand new daily show and podcast that airs live Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Spreaker.com. That's the Doug Stewart Show daily at 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Time, live on Spreaker.com. Or check out the podcast anytime, 24/7. If you not stewing, what in the world are you doing?
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt. Specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your #1 advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975, and work it out.
If you ain't stewing, what in the hell are you doing? This is the Doug Stewart Show. Man, talking about the NFL draft from last night, the NBA, the fight this weekend. We're going to talk to my man Jose Santiago from FightNews.com in about 30 minutes. Get his thoughts on the fight. And then I'll tell you what I think about the fight and what's going to happen tomorrow night. And I feel really confident in my thoughts on the fight and what's going to happen tomorrow night. So stay tuned for that. We also got your Boiled Peanuts Award coming up a little bit later today. You don't want to miss that. I just added a name, a last-minute write-in for Eddie Long. Just Google the pictures of Eddie Long. And I think you can just go on the Doug Stewart Show Facebook group page, and Tree posted a picture of him preaching, or it was a video, I think. And the dude's walking around with a raccoon on top of his head. That's a problem. It's hard for me to take serious anybody walking around with that thing on their head. Yes, Tree? Yes, ma'am?
It was a video, and in the sadness is he, bless his heart, was praying for Baltimore, but you can't really...
Right, you can't take it serious because there's a damn raccoon on his head. So that's not a good look. So I had to add his name, a write-in name, to the damn BPA list today for the Doug Stewart Show. Let me read some of this chat here, man. Hit me up on the Spreaker chat on Spreaker.com. Follow the show on Spreaker. That's very important. Follow the show on Spreaker. Hit the follow button. Create your little account, not a lot of information. Then follow the show. Okay, hit the little follow button, and then jump in the chat room and be totally interactive. I read a lot of chat on the show. The people in the chat room, the Stewies I call them, they're kind of like my co-host, and I get a lot of commentary from them and kind of spurns conversation. So hit me up in the chat room on Spreaker.com. From my man Stagger Lee. What up, Stagger Lee? Dante's Fowler suit was so ugly. Flavor Flav looked at it and said, "Ninja, what the fudge you wearing?" BPA to Dante Fowler Jr. stylist. Sometimes I think people just do things and wear certain things just to get a rise out of people so that we'll talk about them. And, object achieved, okay, because we're talking about this man's suit. And clearly, if you are a child that grew up in the 70s like myself, you remember that style of suit. And maybe he's trying to bring it back. Maybe he's a style, setter, trendsetter. And maybe he's going to bring back suits with trimmings, with different colored trimmings, like the early 70s. I don't think so, though. I can't see myself putting on a suit like that. From Stringer, BPA to the Bucks, what the hell was last night? From Harvey Scott, hating ass Tyson. Yeah, Mike Tyson basically went in on Floyd Mayweather Jr., calling him a scared little man. And I don't know what Floyd had said. Maybe Floyd did an interview talking about how he can't take his daughter to school because of whatever reasons, because he's such a celebrity, or I don't know. I don't know the backstory on it really, but Mike Tyson went off on him. And really going back to the comments that Floyd made saying that he's the best boxer of all time in comparison to Muhammad Ali. And Mike Tyson just went off on him, went ham on him. So I don't know what the deal is. And it's funny because Mike Tyson was pretty much hated just as much as Floyd Mayweather Jr. is right now back in his day. So you think he kind of understand. But such is not the case. From Keen 941, Tyson needs to be silenced. From Chucktown Frank, Mayweather in a decision. From Stringer, with the money they are making, it only makes sense to have Mayweather win by a close decision and then make everyone want a second fight. From Duke 1911, I want money to get knocked the muck out, but damn it ain't going to happen. From Stringer, with the money they are making, it only makes sense to have Mayweather win because of close decision and they make everyone want a second fight. This is the second time we've read that from two different people. From Rail Scott, rematch in March for over $100 million looks good to me at Texas Tide. Now, one thing you have to remember, there's no rematch clause in the contract. So keep that in mind when you think about this and all these conspiracy theories about who you think might win and might not win. There is no rematch clause. So, in effect, if Floyd wins the fight, that's it. He don't have to give Manny a rematch or whatever. And if Manny wins, he doesn't have to give Floyd a rematch. So there's no rematch clause in the contract. You got to remember that. From 9-0 the Rhino, I predict it's going to be a typical boring Mayweather fight. From Ronald Cameron, Mayweather-Pacquiao prediction. Mayweather wins a controversial majority decision after fighting on even terms after 8 rounds. Manny hurts Floyd in the 9th and almost knocks him down. Floyd will recover, take command of the fight with his Ali-like counter right hand, and he'll win the next 3 rounds. Damn, you went in depth just now, Ninja. Good for you. Ronald Cameron? He went in depth. Now, that's what I'm asking about. That's what I'm asking for. Give me who you like to win the fight and why. From Fatboy McCoon, I see Eddie Long at the airport once. I was like, what was Eddie Long? What was that Eddie Long? And somebody said, did he have on a tight-ass shirt? From Stagger Lee, Eddie Long is a member of K-Side. Thank God for the cues. He is? Oh, I didn't know the man was a noob. Makes a lot of sense now. No, I take that back. Just playing around. Little Greek love. I got plenty of friends that are noobs. A lot of them are great guys. From Harold Archie, Eddie Long looking like a bootleg Davy Crockett. Exactly. A man walking around with a beaver skin on his damn head. From KC, if Dante Fowler kicked you with those gold medieval shoes, he would kill a ninja. I didn't even see the shoes. I didn't pay attention to the shoes. Did he have like some roach killers on or something like that? From KC, if Dante, from Nino the Rhino, Crittenton gets a BPA for sure. Yeah, Javaris Crittenton, admits to murder. Yeah, and so they're saying he's going to get at the minimum 23 years. I guess he admitted to it and he pled guilty because he might have been, a candidate for getting a chair or something for the death penalty. I don't know. But, yeah, I read that over the weekend, or not the weekend, over the last couple of days, that Javaris Crittenton, former Georgia Tech basketball player, former NBA player for a couple of years, admitted to murder. In the story from a couple of years ago where a drive-by shooting, it's a long story, but he going to jail forever, for a long, long time. Not forever, for about 23 years, I think the story read. Really sad. I mean, crazy. And, yeah, you probably wasn't one of the best, or he wasn't one of the best players in the game, but, I mean, whatever the minimum salary you make in the NBA, having the fame of playing in the NBA and being free is better than going to jail for killing somebody, for some really silly-ass reasons, the story read. From Harold Archie, Bones needs the BPA award, the BDA award, Big Dumbass. From Cleota 72, thanks to the post last night, Tree of Eddie Long. I guess people were getting some laughs from it, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. From Harold Archie, unless that boy's a Kappa Fowler, he ain't got no damn business wearing anything that damn ugly. Yeah, the suit is white with red, like, trimmings on the lapels and whatnot. And then he was wearing a bow tie, I think. Yeah, I mean, that would be proper protocol if you were a Kappa. And for people that don't know who the Kappas are, Kappa Alpha Psi, Ka Psi, Greek fraternity, and their colors are red and white. Or I think they call them, what are they? Are they maroon and white? I don't know. They're red and white looking. And that's their colors. Rel Scott, Fowler's gold spike shoes was terrible. Charles Barkley voice. From Fred Mack, Spurs should have took care of business last night at home. I don't know now. Clips at home. Yeah, so Game 7 in Los Angeles. And, the Clippers might get it done. And going back to the talk a week ago when the Spurs were down 1-0, and I just knew that this series was going to go 6 or 7 games, so I thought that was a great bet to have them winning in Game 2, and that actually worked out, came to fruition. But now all bets are off. It goes back to L.A. This is why you play for home court advantage. So it's going to be interesting, going to be very interesting. Could this be the end of the San Antonio Spurs dynasty run that they've had ever since Tim Duncan has been there? Do you have the passing of the torch? Finally, does the Los Angeles Clippers make it to that next level? If they get past the Spurs, that's saying a lot. If they get past the Spurs, I would think that they got a good shot because I like them better. I like their inside presence better than I like Golden State's. So I think they got a lot to be excited for if they can get past San Antonio. From Gerald, BPA to the Cleveland Browns. Okay. They're not going to get a BPA, but who was their pick last night? I think they took an offensive tackle or something like that. Let me pull it up here. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Oh, the defensive tackle from Washington, Shelton. They picked him with 12th in the draft. A little question about him at that pick. But the Browns need so much stuff, man, that, pretty much unless it's one of the top 1 or 2 picks and it's a quarterback, you can question anything that they do, because if they get drafted by the Cleveland Browns, it's not a good look for them. Probably means bad things to come. Yeah, let's be honest about it. So, yeah, when I get back from the break, man, it'll be hour number 2. We'll talk more NFL draft. We'll look at all the picks from the first round. And also, I'll read more of your chat, man. The second hour of the show is coming up. Don't go away. We'll talk to Jose Santiago in about 15, 20 minutes from now, also about the fight. So stay tuned for that. Don't go away. The Doug Stewart Show. You've been thinking about starting that online store, right? And you do know e-commerce makes billions a year. That's right. I said billions with a B, okay? A B. Well, just do it and do it right with my friends at AmeriCommerce. AmeriCommerce is an easy-to-use tool to sell anything online, on Facebook, and through mobile phones. Over 100,000 merchants and website owners have chosen AmeriCommerce to handle their stores and customers. They have the most in-depth features in the industry, which include multiple storefronts, website management from one console, a Facebook shopping application, a mobilized, optimized website, and much more. Don't let eBay, Amazon, and Zappos get all the money. Get your piece of the pie, too. Click on their banner link on thedougstewartshow.com or the app link for more details. First of all, thank you for listening to The Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, whether that's followers, we're blowing up, and you can be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on The Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. Email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, that's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com, and we will put you out there. All right? That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. Yes! Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com. America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play, so you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STU to play for free. That's STU for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STU, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STU. Hour number 2 of the DougStewartShow.com. And this is a Football Friday. Stewart Media and Entertainment doing it real big tomorrow night, man, at the Tavern Restaurant, 5819 Campbellton Road in ATL, Georgia. Pacquiao Mayweather is going down. $10 pitchers of beer, $5 seafood baskets, $20 at the door. That's all you need to get into the place to watch the Pacquiao Mayweather fight. And then you can get a table for $75, $25, $50, and you can even get a bar stool for $15. You know good and well, people love sitting at the bar, and you can reserve your spot at the bar right now. All right, give them a call at 678-904-7041 to reserve your table today. And make sure you tell them that the Doug Stewart Show sent you. All right? So your BPA nominees coming up a little bit later. Kelly Olynyk, the Puppet Factory, John Bones Jones, the Pelicans and the Raptors, Dante Fowler, his suit, the Milwaukee Bucks, and Tree Taylor, as well as we just added at the last second, man, Eddie Long, for walking around with a hamster on his head. Yeah, so he got nominated, too, for BPA. We'll give that out in about 30 minutes, so stay tuned for that. I also got my prediction for the fight coming up a little bit later in today's show as well. After we talk to Jose Santiago from FightNews.com, I'll tell you what I think about the fight and how it's going to go down. Very different than what I've heard out there from most of mainstream media and from fans really in general. I read some of the chat messages in the last segment, and you're probably going to be taken aback a little bit by my prediction, but I got a whole thought process behind it and why I think it's going to go down like this. So stay tuned for that on the Doug Stewart Show. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Shane Ray gets drafted number 23 by the Denver Broncos. Congratulations to him. Congratulations. He got busted with the marijuana paraphernalia in his car a couple of days before the draft earlier this week. And so a lot of people kind of speculated that he would drop a ton. I don't think that he dropped a lot at all. I will say this, though. I think that it took a GM like a John Elway, a former player, to kind of put the whole thing in perspective and take a fly on him. I don't think like a GM, like a professional lawyer type guy, or just somebody that's been in the front office of football for a long, long time, somebody that didn't play the actual game would have taken a fly on Shane Ray after this stuff came out. I think that John Elway is a guy that's probably played with a lot of weed heads in his day, probably talked to him and felt comfortable with the fact that he'll be good out there. I would be very worried, though, to be honest with you. I'm happy for the young man because I don't think he lost that much money. They were kind of saying that he would be drafted in the top 10, maybe even like a top 5 pick in the draft, somewhere around, 5 or 6. But, we don't know. But he's fallen down late in the first round, still going to make great money. Did lose some, but not that much. So I'm happy for him, but I would be very, very suspect and worried about this guy day in and day out based on the fact that he just doesn't make good decisions. That's what getting caught with this marijuana in his car a couple of days before the draft says to me. It ain't even about the weed. We know plenty of functioning weed heads, and I've heard about plenty of functioning weed heads in sports. It's not that. It's just the decision-making. And I think you got to be very concerned if you're the Denver Broncos, but I guess they felt like the talent and the upside was just too much. And once again, John Elway probably knows the culture of the NFL and knows that this isn't that big of a deal. And we've seen stories in the past. We've seen your Dan Marinos and your Warren Sapps, fail drug tests before the draft and go on to be Hall of Famers. So I guess that was the thought process in it for Dan or for John Elway. So congratulations to him. Yeah. Other picks in the first round of note, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Philip Dorsett, pick number 29 to the Indianapolis Colts. The wide receiver, and a couple of wide receivers got taken off the board really early last night. The Perriman kid, who's actually the son of Brett Perriman that played for the Detroit Lions back in the day, Brashard Perriman, gets drafted by the Baltimore Ravens last night. That's just an interesting name. I'm a Miami Hurricanes fan, so whenever I hear about a former Hurricane in the conversation, I always think it's kind of interesting. So he gets picked up by the Baltimore Ravens. Also last night, man, Melvin Gordon, the running back from the Wisconsin Badgers, gets drafted number 15 by the San Diego Chargers. And they're already making the comparisons with this guy to LaDainian Tomlinson. I think that's a pretty good comparison. He might even have more speed than LaDainian Tomlinson had coming out of college from TCU. So I think that's a great pick for the San Diego Chargers. Maybe they've got their next LaDainian Tomlinson. We will see. Time will tell. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. Let me read more of your chat here. My man Rel Scott says Zach Stacy already requested to be traded. He had a running back for the St. Louis Rams. After the Rams took Todd Gurley, he's already put it out there that he wants to be traded. Now, he had some solid games last year, but, should he really feel some type of way about them bringing in an elite, once-in-a-lifetime type running back? Does he feel like that he could be a starter on most other teams? I don't remember him. I guess I don't follow St. Louis that well, or the Zach Stacy kid. But, he don't seem like the bee's knees to me. Like, I don't think, Zach Stacy is one of those game-changing type plays. I thought that he was a solid back based on what I know and I guess his fantasy stats. But, yeah, I don't know. Niner for life. Laugh out loud, Gerald. I want the Niners to get Coates. Maybe biased, but he reminds me of T.O. And I did hear some comparisons to Terrell Owens for that Coates kid, the wide receiver. From Vince Wright, Clippers back in it for Game 7. From Scotty, Gurley has Zach Stacy and Trey Mason nervous as hell. Now, I like Trey Mason. former Auburn running back. I like him a lot. I think he has a ton of upside, which is kind of interesting that St. Louis takes Todd Gurley. And maybe the plan is to, put Gurley on the bench for the year. We've seen that a couple of times. The St. Louis or the San Francisco 49ers did that with the McLemore kid from South Carolina. Maybe that's what St. Louis plans to do is just, shelf Todd Gurley for the entire season and go with Zach Stacy and Trey Mason for another year and then bring Gurley in fresh, 100% from the knee injury next year and the following year. I don't know. But I like Trey Mason, really like Trey Mason, but it might be something about his game that doesn't make him complete. Maybe his blocking or his catching the ball out of the backfield. There's probably a backstory as well to that story on why the Rams went with Gurley. Maybe it's just as simple as Todd Gurley was the best guy on the board. He was the best talent on the board. And I really prescribe to that, definitely. From Jero, they did the guy from Central Florida wrong last night. All his highlights were him dropping passes, laugh out loud. Yeah, but his hairline is worse than LBJ and Stephen A. combined. And, yeah, he's exactly right. He's talking about the kid that played for Central Florida, drafted by, who was it, Jacksonville? No, it wasn't Jacksonville. It was, and I'm looking for his name right now, and I apologize. It was Perriman. He played for Jacksonville, or not Jacksonville, the Central Florida football team. And, he had these dreadlocks. I saw the picture of him last night. He had these dreadlocks, and his hairline was coming way, way back. Not like Stephen A. Smith. I mean, it was much worse than Stephen A. Smith. And he jumped up. He was actually at the draft, and he went up there. And I was saying to myself, man, dude, why don't you just got to let that go. It kind of reminds you of Stevie Wonder. That's exactly what it kind of reminds you of. It reminds you of Stevie Wonder and how his hairline keeps just going back, and his dreads start in the back of his damn head. That's just not a cute look at all. It's just not a cute look at all. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, and this is a Football Friday, talking about the NFL Draft, talking about the NBA, getting your thoughts on the fight, Mayweather and Pacquiao. Who do you like in the fight and why? That's what we're doing today, man. That's what we're talking about today. When we get back from the break, we're going to talk to my man Jose Santiago from FightNews.com. Get some of the inside of what's going on surrounding Pacquiao Mayweather. I'll also read more of your chat. We got to do your BPA award winner coming up fairly soon as well. You don't want to miss that. Might surprise you with the winner. I might surprise you with the BPA this week, so stay tuned for that. So we got a lot of great stuff going on today in the Doug Stewart Show, man. Thank you so much for joining me today, man. Shouts out to all of the Stewies. Everybody in the chat room. Yes, we back and in full effect. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, so don't go away. When we get back, my man Jose Santiago from FightNews.com. All right, don't go away. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com, America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play, so you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STU to play for free. That's STU for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STU, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STU.
The Doug Stewart Show.
The place where the real players play.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service.
The Doug Stewart Show.
That's a brand name. Like Pepsi, that's a brand name. I stand behind it. I guarantee it.
The Doug Stewart Show.
If you ain't stewing, what the hell are you doing? Yeah! What is 911 Tax Relief? It's a tax relief company that can help you reduce or remove your IRS or state tax debt. They'll help stop bank levies and wage garnishments by implementing offers and compromise or penalty abatements. 911 Tax Relief is a tax relief company, but they're different from the others. Their experts are licensed, enrolled tax agents, and they also have more than 12 years' experience helping people solve their tax problems. They're a tax relief company that understands how the IRS works, and they'll also put that knowledge to work for you. So they can get you the best possible settlement or solution to your tax problems. Highly rated by the Better Business Bureau, and they've helped thousands of people solve their tax problems. So don't play around. Click on their link on my website and let 911 Tax Relief help you in your situation with Uncle Sam.
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt. Specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your #1 advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975 and work it out.
The best of the Doug Stewart Show.
So I'm probably 6. So Jesse Bryant rolls by, and I remember it like it was yesterday. He rolls by in his truck, and for some reason, something in my mind says, pick up a rock and throw it at Jesse. And I hit his truck. And not only did I hit his truck, it was a damn good throw and aim because it hit his windshield. And it cracked his windshield. So he stops and jumps out of the truck. I don't think anybody saw me, but he jumps out and, Isaac, so your grandson hit my truck with a rock. They had a little conversation. I'm like, oh man, this is bad. And sure enough, my grandfather walks up and sees this nick on the windshield. And Jesse rolls away, and I know I'm in trouble. My daddy not around, my mother not around, and my grandfather reaches down, and this is God is my witness. Strike me down right here. My grandfather reaches down and pulls off a branch from a rose bush. Yes, just drags his arm and pulls off the leaves. Thorns are still applied to said switch. You get your ass whooped with a switch is bad enough, but a thorny switch? Oh my gosh. So he commences to busting my ass with a thorny switch. Yes. And you know I was marked up from head to toe. Now, that's probably child abuse. Not saying that what Adrian Peterson didn't do was child abuse either, but that was child abuse. That's a deadly weapon. And this is no lie. You're listening to The Doug Stewart Show. Welcome back to The Doug Stewart Show. Yes, sir. And this is a Football Friday. It's also a Free-Fall Friday. The big fight is going down this weekend. And so we thought it would be a great idea to have one of our folk from FightNews.com joining me right now on The Doug Stewart Show is my man Jose Santiago. Jose, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Doug, it's happening.
It's happening.
Actually happening. Finally, 5 years in the making. Last time I was on the air with you, we were both kind of like, is this thing really going to happen? It's happening, man. It's actually going to happen.
It's unbelievable, man. It took 5 years to make this fight happen. In effect, We thought we had a deal done back in, I think, 2010, and it fell apart, and there was a lot of personal feelings back and forth and accusations, and it's finally happening, man. You're obviously a boxing fan. You work with FightNews.com, and you've been around the fight game for a long, long time. You're probably around the same age as me. Can you think of a fight outside of, obviously, the fights with Muhammad Ali in our lifetime that we were, fans of the sport of boxing, with as much hype going into the fight than this one, man?
The only one that comes, you're right, we're relatively close in age. The only one that I can think of was the Lennox Lewis-Tyson fight. Kind of similar in where, one guy was an HBO guy, the other guy was a Showtime guy. It was one of those fights where everyone thought it would never happen, and it ended up happening. I think this one eclipsed it a little bit more because of the fact that when Tyson fought Lennox Lewis, the writing was on the wall. Everyone kind of figured, Lennox Lewis was going to beat Mike Tyson. It was almost like they wanted to see how he would beat him. This one is different. This one is, we don't really know who's going to win this fight. Listen, I get it. There's a lot of people out there that have their own ideas. They pick their winner. They have their own analogies. They have, their own script as to how the fight's going to happen. I like both guys, Doug. I really do. I like both of these guys, and it's a situation where if Floyd loses, I want to see how he loses. I want to see how Manny Pacquiao would be able to beat Floyd. If Floyd wins and Pacquiao loses, I want to see in what manner he does it. I am so excited about this fight because I like both fighters, and whoever wins, I just want to see how he does it.
Talking right now to Jose Santiago from FightNews.com. It seems like there's a little controversy about the referee for the fight. I heard one of the columnists or one of the analysts from ESPN saying that this guy is really fits the style and is kind of like a pro-Floyd referee. Can you talk a little bit more about him?
Yeah, Kenny Bayless is the referee that's gonna take care of this fight. I kind of agree with that. Kenny Bayless is one of those guys that doesn't allow fighters, traditionally hasn't allowed fighters to fight on the inside, where one fighter may be holding, but the other fighter's busy and is still throwing punches. Mm-hmm. You have other referees like Smoger and Banks. There's just a bunch of other referees that allow that to happen. And Kenny Bayless kind of caters towards the Floyd Mayweather style, where when Floyd is on the inside and he's not comfortable, he holds on. And whether if the other guy is doing work on the inside or not, Kenny Bayless will step in and break him apart. And that's what Floyd likes to do. He likes to work from a distance. Kenny Bayless worked the Maidana fights against Floyd. That was one of the big complaints that the Maidana people had against Kenny Bayless, was that Maidana wanted to be on the inside. He didn't care that Floyd was holding. He wanted to still throw punches on the inside. So I kind of agree with some of the stuff that people are saying out there. The Kenny Bayless thing will definitely help Floyd Mayweather. If Manny Pacquiao is trying to get on the inside and get work on the inside, if Floyd holds him even with one arm, chances are Kenny Bayless is going to jump in, separate them, and create that distance once again for Floyd.
Talking to Jose Santiago from FightNews.com, Pacquiao Mayweather is finally here this weekend, and we're getting into the conversation about it. I'll tell you who I like a little bit later in today's show. What are your thoughts about that, though? I've heard a lot of talk on how Manny Pacquiao and Bob Arum, the camp, have really they've really bowed down and taken all of the parts of this fight with a grain of salt and agreed to everything that Floyd Mayweather camp has proposed. And that wasn't the case back in the day a couple of years ago when they first tried to get this thing together. What's the deal? The backstory a lot of people are saying is that Manny Pacquiao is really doing this fight because of money, and he really needs this fight because he's in debt. How much truth to that, and what are your thoughts about them really bowing down and letting the Mayweather camp call all the shots?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's been well publicized, although nobody really knows the exact numbers that, Manny Pacquiao has some tax problems, didn't pay taxes here or in the Philippines or whatever the case may be. There are plenty of stories that solidify that. I think that what really hurt Manny Pacquiao and has forced Top Rank and Manny Pacquiao to give in to all of the demands from the Mayweather camp has been his recent performances. He got knocked out by Marquez. He didn't look that great against Timothy Bradley. I mean, he looked good. He definitely won the second fight. I think he won the first fight as well, but he didn't look like Superman. And then he fights Algieri, who is a B-level fighter, should have never been in the ring with him. And, so doing those types of things while Floyd Mayweather is fighting beast in Maidana and, the guys that he's fighting, he's fighting tough fights. Manny Pacquiao, not so much, and not looking so good doing it. I think that just played in Mayweather's favor, where he said, look, I'm fighting guys that are legitimate contenders and that can pose a threat to me. You're fighting guys like Algieri just trying to get to me. And the writing was on the wall. Manny Pacquiao fighting safer fights so that he can get the Mayweather fight. He got the Mayweather fight, and now Mayweather says, okay, well, you worked your way up to me. Now it's my call. I've been saying it. It's been my shot the entire time. I'm still undefeated. I still have yet to lose a fight. You've been losing fights on decisions. You've been fighting, soft guys. You got knocked out. It's Mayweather's call. I mean, look, you look at the last 3 years on what Pacquiao's been doing and what Mayweather's been doing. Easy call. Mayweather calls the shots.
Finishing up with Jose Santiago from FightNews.com. All right, so tell me what you think, man. Give me your prognostication. Who do you like to win this fight, and how do you think it's going to go down?
I really feel that I've gone, Doug, for so many years, and I did this. I do this all the time. I sit there and I analyze a fight, and every time Floyd Mayweather fights somebody, I kind of play the role of, is this the person that can beat him? And then I start analyzing the fight. And then I almost convince myself in a foolish way to say, I think this person can pose a threat. I think Miguel Cotto's jab is unbelievable and his left hook. Miguel Cotto might be able to beat him. Maidana, Maidana's such a beast. He's so big. He's so strong. Maybe he'll beat Mayweather. Then you look at Canelo Alvarez. Oh, my God, a young beast. This kid weighs in at 150, comes into the fight at 170. He's solid. He's young. He's strong. He might beat Floyd. I'm at that point right now where I say to myself, is Manny Pacquiao going to be able to beat Floyd? But I'm not going to do it this time. Floyd finds a way to win every single time, and I believe that he'll do it again. Floyd is no one to be messed with. He hasn't had to promote this fight like he normally does by talking trash and, having to say certain things. This fight is selling itself.
Right.
And he's just been focused on training and beating Manny Pacquiao, and I think he's going to do it, and he's going to do it decisively. He won't knock him out, but I believe that he'll get a unanimous decision. After the fight, everyone will walk away saying that Floyd Mayweather is one of the best ever.
Wow. Hey, Jose, where can people find you at online, man?
You can find me online. You can go to Facebook, find me at Jose Santiago. You can go to Inside Punch, InsidePunch.com. And I am JES327 on Instagram.
That's what's up. Jose Santiago, man, I really appreciate the time. We'll talk down the road.
All right, Doug, take care.
There he is, Jose Santiago from FightNews.com. Yeah. All right, when we get back from the break, man, I'm going to tell you who I like in this fight, man. I'm going to go ahead and spell it out for you. And we also got to give you your BPA winner, your boiled peanuts winner. So stay tuned for that. And I'm also going to read more of your chat. I mean, this thing is very simple to me, man. It's very simple to me. Hey, man, if you want to see the fight, come hang out with your boy in the Doug Stewart Show, the crew. We're going to watch it at the Tavern, man. Mayweather Pacquiao tomorrow night. 678-904-7041 is the number to the show, to the restaurant, to the bar. If you want to reserve a table or a seat for Pacquiao Mayweather tomorrow night. Once again, the number is 678-904-7041. Make sure and tell them that the Doug Stewart Show sent you. All right, when we get back from the break, man, your Boiled Peanuts Award. And I tell you who I like in this fight. and more you chat. Don't go away. This is the Doug Stewart Show. First of all, thank you for listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, whether that's followers, we're blowing up, and you can be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on the Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. Email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, that's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com, and we will put you out there. All right? That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. Yes!
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt. Specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your #1 advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975, and work it out.
This your boy Doug Stewart for my folks at System 5 Electronics. They're proud to offer my listeners here in the Metro Atlanta area all the way down to Macon, Georgia, the most affordable home security monitoring systems, featuring smart solutions for that busy lifestyle you lead for as low as $16.50 per month. Here's some of the reasons why you should choose System 5.
Hi, I'm Maceo Brown, President and CEO of System 5 Electronics. We take pride in making sure that security is the #1 thing that we do. And thanks to you, the customer that has supported us, we have grown this company in Southwest Atlanta, where we're creating jobs and opportunities.
Not only is their monitoring station here in Atlanta, but they also install the most advanced, up-to-date alarm systems where you can access cameras, lights, door locks, thermostats, and other devices remotely with your smartphone. 24/7 technical support, plus the lowest service call fees in the business. And check this. You own the security alarm system once it's installed. And you get direct access to the owner if you ever got a problem, Mr. Maceo Brown. Click on the banner on the Doug Stewart Show website or app for more details, or give them a call at 404-756-0736. Again, that's 404-756-0736, or online at System5electronicsinc.com. That's System5electronicsinc.com. Penis tastes better boiled.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to begin our study of the male erection. We are adults. Now, I want everybody together to go ahead and say, penis, penis, penis.
Penis tastes better. Penis tastes better. Penis tastes better boiled.
Come on, y'all, say it.
No, man. P-nuts. I'm trying to say it as slow as I can. P-nuts. P-E-A-N-U-T-S. P-nuts. Y'all know what the hell I was saying.
Come on, y'all, say it.
And it's that time of the week This week's installment of the Boyle Penis Award. Yes. And the Boyle Penis Award goes to, in effect, the donkey of the week, like my homeboy Charlemagne says. The buster of the week. Like, you got busters on Monday, but you got the big-ass buster, a.k.a. the Peanuts Award on Fridays. Yes, sir. And let me run down your nominees here. And thank you for joining me on the Doug Stewart Show. Got to say that. So your nominees are Kelly Olynyk, forward for the Boston Celtics, who, in effect, a lot of people say pulled Kevin Love's, shoulder out of place. You got the Puppet Factory, a.k.a. ESPN, for bringing back Britt McHenry, which is horrible. And I swear to you, and I talked about this, I really thought that they were going to, get the pulse of the room and they were going to fire her after a week. But last night I'm laying in the bed and I flip around and I'm like, is this a Mickey Ficky? And it was that chick, Britt McHenry. I just think that she's toxic. And like the reaction I had last night when I heard that she was back on TV is what you probably had across the country. And I'm shocked that they brought her back. So they're nominated for a BP award. The Pelicans and the Raptors for getting swept in their playoff series. That's just horrible. Which I didn't see that coming a mile away from the Raptors. Dante Fowler's suit last night. I mean, it was just deplorable. I mean, that was just horrible. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. The Milwaukee Bucks for losing by 50 points last night. That was terrible. Eddie Long for, I don't know, affixing or stapling a gerbil to the top of his damn head in a sermon and wearing a tight-ass schmedium shirt. And then our own Tree Taylor, man, is nominated twice this week. And I mean, I'm really going to hate to do this. No, I'm not going to hate to do it. I mean, this is the Keep It Real show. And so this week's winner of the Boyle Peanuts Award is as a late entrant, the great Eddie Long. Or not so great Eddie Long. Eddie Long, you are this week's Boyle Peanuts Award winner. That's right, you. For walking around with a ferret on your head. How can I take you serious? I mean, first of all, we can't take you serious, or no reasonable person should take you serious. You touching them little damn boys that you paid, to keep their mouth shut. And then you walk around and you on the pulpit, and we supposed to take you serious when you got a mongoose on your head. And no, so you are this week's Boyle Penis Award winner, and I know you probably like it. Hey, he likes Boyle Peanuts. I don't know. You figure it out yourself. And so there you have it, your Boyle Peanuts Award winner.
That's right.
He's happy right now. Oh, when do I get the award? And what does it look like? How big is it?
Mm-hmm. So fly the friendly skies, Vincent.
Oh, so what? People were
yes.
projecting that you were going to win?
They just want me to have it.
You were close. You were close, Tree. But that whole Eddie Long thing, and maybe you did that. Maybe you did that to kind of throw us off your trail, which was smart now that I look back at it. You posted that video of Eddie Long in the Doug Stewart Show chat group on Facebook, and that was, well played, Tree, well played.
Thank you, sir.
Throw him off my trail. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you my thoughts about this fight on tomorrow night, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. No, I'm not going to do it yet. I'm going to hold off for a second. I'm going to get to it in a second. But let me read a little bit more chat. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Yeah, I know. I told you I would, but we're going to hold off for a second. And by the way, you can come and watch the fight with me tomorrow night. I think there's still space available at the Tavern Restaurant, 5819 Campbellton Road, ATL, off the in the SWATs. And in effect, it's at the corner of Camp Creek and Campbellton Road. That's exactly where it is. There's a little CVS drugstore right there, I believe. And so it's right there at the corner of Camp Creek in Campbellton Road tomorrow night. $20 gets you in. Then you can pay $25 for a table for two. You can pay $15 for a bar stool. You can pay $50 for a table of four, I believe, or $75 for a table of six. So you tell your boys to come on down there, meet you down there. You each pay $20, and then you divvy up whatever amount of money for the amount of seats that you need at a table, and you have your own table, and we are watching the fight in style. Ton of TVs, great atmosphere, $10 pitchers, $5 seafood baskets, $20 at the door. It's going to be crazy. 678-904-7041. Reserve your table now. 678-904-7041. If you're like me and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, how many times have you waited till the last minute to try to figure out some place to go buy the fight or see the fight? How many times have you done it? Okay? And right now, while you got a second, stop what you're doing and get your table and your tickets reserved right now from the tavern. Me and Tree will be out there. The rest of our crew from the Doug Stewart Show, TDSS, Stewart Media and Entertainment. We're going to have a great time. See you there tomorrow night. From K3000. Bayless is the right ref. If they don't stop the fighters, Floyd always gets cheap shots in back of his head / kidney. Yeah, Kenny Bayless, we talked with Jose Santiago about it. And I can't remember the guy. Maybe his name's Brian Kinney from the Puppet Factory. Longtime fight analyst. He talked about Kenny Bayless being the referee for this fight and how he doesn't let boxers really clinch. And he's trying to break them up the second that they get close to each other and clinch. And that definitely favors Floyd. I mean, there's not even a question. Manny Pacquiao is kind of like you're a fight fan. You know exactly who he's kind of like a Tasmanian devil type, like a Roberto Duran type fighter that keeps coming forward, just very aggressive, very, very aggressive. I'll tell you about it when I give you my thoughts on the fight. I think that's actually going to hurt Manny Pacquiao in this fight. From Redland Kirk. So Mike Tyson, the man that was convicted of rape, the man that bit another man's ear, the man that is now doing a one-man step and fetch it show to make money because Don King screwed him, rolled raw with no Vaseline. Now he wants to dog Mayweather. Really. And that's really an accurate way to put it. I was shocked when I heard the comments. Very good post, my man Redland Kirk. My gosh. And maybe it's Mike Tyson. If you've heard the comments, Mike Tyson really just scoffs at the thought that Floyd Mayweather threw out there that he's the best fighter of all time and that he's great and that he's a legend in comparison to Muhammad Ali. And, Tyson just went off on dude. I mean, just went off on Mayweather. And I'm like, where is that coming from? Maybe it's a situation. I don't know. It's all speculation. But I will say this, and I've said it many, many times before. It's all relative. I mean, you can make a ton of arguments of why Floyd Mayweather might be the best boxer of all time. I don't know. I wouldn't say that. There's a couple of guys I'd put before Floyd Mayweather Jr. I personally would put Muhammad Ali before Floyd Mayweather Jr. I would put Sugar Ray Leonard before Floyd Mayweather Jr., even though they don't have perfect records. But it's all speculation, and it's all, your thoughts and your opinions. Really, that's an opinion question, But does Floyd Mayweather Jr. have a legitimate argument? He does. Whether you like him or not, he does. Once again, undefeated. Never, ever touched the ground. Floyd Mayweather slipped one time in a fight, put his glove down on the ground, but the man's back has never hit the canvas. Never. He's undefeated. He's beat everybody they put in front of him. Oh, yeah, he's his own boss, too. He talks cash-ish, and his skill set is tremendous. Probably the best defensive fighter we've ever seen in our lifetime. What? Who's to say he's not? Who's to say he's not the greatest fighter that we've ever seen? In relative terms. And we're talking pound for pound. Okay? Of course. And I saw somebody arguing with me about this the other day, talking about Floyd's stature and how small he is. It's got nothing to do with this argument. Clearly, that person isn't a boxing fan if they try to bring up the fact that Muhammad Ali was a heavyweight and he was 230 pounds or whatever, and Floyd Mayweather's, 147 or whatever. That's nothing to do with the argument about pound for pound. Absolutely nothing to do with it. When Floyd says, he's the best ever, I mean, he's got a legitimate beef. He does. I mean, there's just no way to look at it. You might not like him, but what he's saying ain't too far from the truth. I mean, I'm just telling you. You might not like to hear it, and I'm sure you ain't heard nobody on the Puppet Factory say this, but he's got a legitimate argument. That's all I'm saying. A legitimate one on being the best of all time. They still talk about Rocky Marciano being undefeated. Floyd's going to pass Rocky Marciano probably, and he's going to retire undefeated. Then what you going to say? Good. What, 2 more fights and he passes him? Okay, after this one. So I think he'll be 48-0. Then he'll fight one more time. He'll tie Marciano, and then he'll pass him with one more fight. So who's to say? Rocky Marciano was 190 pounds fighting heavyweights. Rocky Marciano couldn't beat nobody of significance as far as heavyweights of all time. It's cute. His record is cute. They always bring up Rocky Marciano when you talk about the great fighters, right? But come on. You can't stick a 185, 90-pound guy in the ring with Lennox Lewis or Larry Holmes or George Foreman. That's not going to work. Okay? So in relative terms, when Floyd says he's the best fighter of all times, that's what boxers do. They brag and they promote themselves, and they are very confident in their skills. And a guy that's undefeated, that's never hit the canvas, that defensively is probably the best ever, has got a legitimate gripe. I said it. And when we get back, I'm going to tell you how he's going to kick the crap out of Manny Pacquiao. Don't go away. This is the Doug Stewart Show, damn it. Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com. America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play, so you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STU to play for free. That's STU for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STU, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STU.
The Doug Stewart Show.
The place where the real players play.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service.
The Doug Stewart Show.
That's a brand name. Like Pepsi, that's a brand name. I stand behind it. I guarantee it.
The Doug Stewart Show.
If you ain't stewing, what the hell are you doing? Yeah! What is 911 Tax Relief? It's a tax relief company that can help you reduce or remove your IRS or state tax debt. They'll help stop bank levies and wage garnishments by implementing offers in compromise or penalty abatements. 911 Tax Relief is a tax relief company, but they're different from the others. Their experts are licensed, enrolled tax agents, and they also have more than 12 years' experience helping people solve their tax problems. They're a tax relief company that understands how the IRS works, and they'll also put that knowledge to work for you, so they can get you the best possible settlement or solution to your tax problems. Highly rated by the Better Business Bureau, and they've helped thousands of people solve their tax problems. So, don't play around. Click on their link on my website and let 911 Tax Relief help you in your situation with Uncle Sam. The world's heavyweight champion of sports talk radio, The Doug Stewart Show. Pound for pound, the #1 sports talk show in America, just like Floyd Mayweather Jr. Yes, yes. All right, so, here are my thoughts about the fight, man. I really haven't seen anybody say that Floyd Mayweather's going to win this fight by knockout, but you have heard it here first. I am saying that Floyd Mayweather Jr. will win this fight tomorrow night against Manny Pacquiao in an 8th or 9th round TKO. Pacquiao/knockout. I am saying it right now. Floyd wins in a knockout, technical knockout, what have you, 8th or 9th round. The reason I say this, man, for a couple of different reasons. One, the most significant thing is Floyd is just a premier all-time boxer. Manny Pacquiao has been a great boxer, a fantastic boxer, but he's not an all-timer. Floyd Mayweather is in the conversation with some of the greats of all times. I also think that Manny Pacquiao is shot. If you go back, and for boxing fans, real big boxing fans, if you go back and you look at Manny Pacquiao when he got knocked the F out by Juan Manuel Marquez, I thought he was dead. Okay, and if you saw that fight, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You can probably pull a clip up on YouTube or whatever. I thought he was dead. This happened back in 2012. Do you know that Manny Pacquiao, a guy that's known for his punching power, and once again, like I said earlier, kind of a guy like who was it that I just mentioned? Boom Boom Mancini? No, Roberto Duran, that comes forward, that continues to come forward as opponents. Manny Pacquiao hadn't knocked anybody out since 2009. That's 6 years. And now I'm not saying that the man was on steroids. All I'm saying is the same conversation we've been having the last couple of weeks about his size and the fact that he doesn't have the size that he did 5 or 6 years ago when they were trying to make the first fight, and the fact that that coincides with he hadn't knocked anybody out in 6 years is very suspect, okay? Then when you add on top of it the fact that he got knocked out cold, I think when you get knocked out like that in the same manner of what happened with Roy Jones Jr. and Antonio Tarver, when you get knocked out like that at the end of your career, when you're starting to come to the end of your career, I think it kind of takes something from your soul, okay? I think it kind of, scrambles your brain a little bit. Maybe that's probably not the proper way to say it in this politically correct day and time. We talk about concussions and CTE, but that's what I mean. The man has not been the same, okay, or not knocked people out since 2009, and he is not the same fighter. If you look at his last couple of fights following Manuel Marquez, when he got knocked the F out, he's just getting decisions. He's still a great fighter, but he's still getting decisions. I think by the 5th or the 6th round, Floyd Mayweather Jr., like he's done in every one of his fights, is going to figure this guy out. And because of all the debate about how great Floyd is, and he's been running from Manny Pacquiao, I think Floyd tries to go for the knockout. I think he goes for the knockout. I think rounds 8 or 9, he'll have him figured out. And if he hurts Manny Pacquiao in those 2 rounds, he's not going to leave it to the judges. And this is something else about it. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Floyd isn't stupid. As much as you want to believe he's stupid, he may not be able to read very good. Okay, he's very smart inside that ring in particular. He knows that he can't let anything close go to the judges. Okay, so whereas most other times he'd probably lay off in the cut, he'd just be a technician, and he'd win on points, and he'd go to a decision. If he gets an opportunity to win this fight, he's not going to be cautious. He's going to knock this dude the F out. Floyd Mayweather in a TKO/knockout, rounds 8 or 9. Now, if that doesn't happen and he loses, I will come in here on Monday and eat humble pie, but I don't think that I will. Let me go ahead and grab a call. Caller, thanks for calling the Doug Stewart Show. What's your name, where you calling from, and what you want to talk about?
Doug Stewart, what it do? John Fisher in the building, baby.
John Fisher, what's up, baby? How you doing, man?
Man, I was doing good until that BPA award came out, man. What's going on, Doug?
What do you mean?
Man, Tree got nominated 5 times, Doug. More than Chip Kelly. 5 times, Doug. She ain't win yet.
I'm going to tell you what, man. I mean, between me and you, she came in second, man. But every week, there's always a strong contender that just overtakes Tree, man. I feel you, man. I wanted to give it to her, but we just cutting today, man.
She bamboozled you this week, man. She threw Eddie Long out there at the last minute. She hoodwinked you, dog. Hey, look. She is now the new Buffalo Bills of the BPA. 5 times, and she ain't won yet.
She hadn't won yet. What else you got for me, John?
Man, I just wanted to call about that, man. We need a recount, not even a co-winner or something, man. But hey, man, I love the show. Rest in peace to your line, brother. And I look forward to listening next week.
Thanks, man.
And with that said, I'm gone. Tree, you lucky.
Appreciate the call. That's my man John Fisher right there. Yeah, Tree avoided another. Damn, Tree, they got it in for you. What's the matter with these ninjas, Tree? They got it in for you, Tree. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Yeah. So there it is, man. Huh?
Why?
I don't know. I guess you're so pro. I think a sticking point for the Stewies in the chat room is your vehement support of questionable characters. Let's just put it like that. I don't even want to bring up his name because it'd be a fight in here between me and you.
Don't do it. But yes, keep on voting, and I'll keep on losing. Tree,
I'm going to tell you what. And I'm reading some of this chat right now, and people have really just figured it out that you're a stake thrower, and that you threw us off the trail with that whole Eddie Long video that you posted there. That's good. But you were real close to getting your first BP award, Tree. I got to be honest with you.
Okay, Douglas.
You were real close, but I'm glad you didn't get it, Tree, man. Congratulations, Tree.
I'm glad your microphone's working today. See what happens if I get it.
From Jersey Vern, not Bet Long, it's Tree's Award. Not Betty Long, it's Tree's Award. From Keen 941, his hairpiece is not that bad. What? Okay. Sluggo, Tree got that unearned TDSS privileged. Dude, Keen 941, he said his hairpiece isn't that bad. No, it wouldn't be that bad if he was 17 years old. Right. Eddie Long's little hairpiece that looks like a muskrat, it wouldn't be that bad if he was 18, okay? Because he got a hairline. He got a line from hell. I mean, the only time I had a line like that was when I was 14 years old. No, it doesn't fit, bruh. That puzzle piece does not fit. From Thorny Switch Doug, Eddie Long been walking around like that. Tree skates again. Jungle Brother, boo. Casey, Doug, you wrong for that. Laugh out loud. Rel Scott, Eddie Shock Top, wrong. Rel Scott, Eddie Shock Top. Leon, Tree got robbed again. Niner for life. How you get nominated twice and don't win? Yeah, I mean, that's unprecedented. From Sluggo, oh, hell no, the vote is rigged. The vote is not rigged. I have a special core member listener to the Doug Stewart Show that we discussed this, and we had a last-minute emergency meeting. We had to add Eddie Long to this thing, and now that I'm looking back at it once again, I think Tree got us with that. I think she threw us off the trail. She's a stake thrower. She's officially a stake thrower by getting us off the trail of her and pointing it towards Eddie Long. Golly, damn it! Can't believe I fell for that. But well-deserved by Eddie Long. Well-deserved, ninja. Hey, man, thank you so much for joining me on the Doug Stewart Show, man. Hope to see you tomorrow night at the Tavern Restaurant in the Swats. Once again, if you want to get tickets and make sure you got a spot in the place, hit them up online or give them a call at 678-904-7041. Tell them that the Doug Stewart Show sent you. You got to do that. All right, make sure you do that. And yeah, man, I'm going to see this Avengers movie. I'm going to the matinee, shorty. Going to be a great weekend. My daughter runs tomorrow. She has a little track meet tomorrow. Hopefully she kicks some ass in that. And then the fight tomorrow night. You know who really took an L this weekend? Is the Kentucky Derby. Because of how things fell with this fight and the draft and the NBA playoffs, I haven't heard one mention of the Kentucky Derby. That's right, it goes down tomorrow, man. Interesting stuff. All right, man. So shouts out to Tree, the Tree of Life, for doing what you do, the producer to the show. Thank you, Tree. Waterhead Walter, Gerald Oliveri, Dwayne Vasson, my engineers. I really appreciate it. Be careful out there on them streets this weekend, man. Stewies, dogs, poodles. Watch out. All right? We'll do it again the Monday. Same Doug Stewart time, same Doug Stewart channel. Peace.